So we do have a little bit to talk about. Yesterday, there was a very big escalation in the war in Iran. We saw a massive attack on one of Iran's largest natural gas fields. In response, they attacked Qatar and the United Arab Emirates, and yeah, they attacked their natural gas fields. So right now, between oil and natural gas, there is a really big um, squeeze. Like there just isn't supply, right? There's a massive supply shortage. So we just have to kind of wait and see what happens. I I'm expecting that the situation gets a little bit worse between you and I. So I just want to caution everyone out there regarding today. Like if you're looking at this, you know, oil's been holding up at 95 a barrel, which is which is crazy. Like this is absolute insanity. Okay, to have it persistently staying up like this. Meanwhile, if we look at the markets, like the broader markets, right? Give me just a second. I have a bunch of stuff pulled up because I was referencing things yesterday. We are sitting at the very bottom of this range. Now, is this finally the time for us to really break down out of it? We saw a gap down that was quickly recovered. Pardon me. We saw a gap down about a week and a half ago that was quickly recovered. This was at the onset of you know this big escalation in the war in the Middle East. But now that the market has had some time to kind of digest it, we have lower highs, we have lower lows, right, between here and here. And I'm kind of curious to see where this goes because we're at a really big inflection point where if we drop just a little bit more, you have the chance of seeing like a mass liquidation, right? And this liquidation and subsequent deleveraging by Wall Street, that could be felt, you know, that could absolutely be felt by everybody, right? I'm not saying that this is the time to panic and sell everything, that everything's gonna go to zero, but what I'm telling you is that if you're swing trading and you're long on things, like just be aware of what today is about. Okay, just be aware of what today is about because this is dangerously close to just plummeting. It's really close. Like I'm telling you, look at here. I'll pull it up on the daily chart for you guys. We are sitting at the very bottom of the range. Technically, if we were looking at this, we would say that this is a break of structure on the daily. But if we can get below this area and this area, that could trigger something truly chaotic. You want to see what that chaos could potentially look like? It could potentially be like a mini version of this, right? This was the tariffs in April. I wouldn't expect us to get these super deep lows, but a sell off like this, yeah, yeah, that can absolutely happen here. Not saying it will, right? Not saying it will, because we've already seen buyers step in and prevent it from happening twice. But right now, you know, if you're looking at like the gamma exposure on options chains, you'll see that there's big institutional flow. that has been betting on this thing going way down. So if there was ever a time and an incentive to manipulate this thing lower, it's now. And of course, while we're shorting everything, of course, then it's Nasdaq to zero. But in all reality, right? I mean, like this doesn't necessarily mean like the bull run is over. Although we have been talking for months about how it's kind of been, stagnating and just losing any kind of real pressure momentum. I mean, we have been range bound since October. We've just been stuck in this range. And right now we're at the bottom of it. So, this could trigger a big deleveraging event. Um, and as one firm deleverages and one firm gets liquidated, those effects kind of pile onto everyone else, right? Because their risk models can't predict everyone eating shit all at the same time very well. Just in the same way that the risk models can't predict irrational behavior by by retail traders or by humans in general. They can't predict that kind of risk, um, where everything's kind of daisy chained together, right? As one bank or one institution is eating complete shit on their books, the people that lent them money are also eating shit, and they want that money back. So you could see a really interesting, like little domino effect, right? Where one institution completely eating shit causes everyone else to completely eat shit. And I just want you guys to exercise caution today. That's it, right? And if you're in some long swings or some long-term investments, like just realize you might be a little bloody today, just like we were yesterday. I will say after that big sell-off, right? After the big liquidity sweep up to the upside, right? You could see that they swept out liquidity, they took out all the buy side liquidity, and then slammed this thing down. I will say that after this, I don't know that I'm expecting this to necessarily be as violent as yesterday, especially because there was a lot of shock with all of the news that caused this, including quite frankly really bad economic data. Um, and this is kind of like the market starting to really digest it. So I don't know that we're gonna see it be quite as red as yesterday, but let me tell you, things are looking fucking rough out there, okay? Things are not looking great.
Lynn, no, this is not only for today. This is a long term analysis.
Yeah, this is like a trend that we've been seeing emerge. And we've been talking about it on stream for quite a while, right? That like things have been in a rather precarious spot, but they are especially right now, today, as of this very moment. This is in an even more precarious spot than it was. In fact, our volume profile has like completely shifted as a result of this recent price action. Like everything has been completely skewed because this sell pressure, this wasn't like just a low volume, we're waiting kind of day. Like no, this was active selling. So as always, what we're going to do is we're going to find the areas of liquidity here, and we are going to map out the big areas that institutions would seek to control based on the liquidity levels from the volume profile. If you don't know the significance of these, just a real quick kind of aside, because I do see that we have a new face or two in here. Basically, what we are looking for is we are looking to see how the market reacts to these liquidity levels, because each one of these levels is marking out a big change in available liquidity and historic liquidity. So, you look to these to see if there is support and resistance, and you look to these to see if there's support and resistance. You look to these to see how the market reacts when reaching these levels. And we can also use them kind of, because they're support and resistance, right? We could use them as price targets. So lots of lines, yes. Does it matter more? Does it matter, or do each of them matter every day? No, but we mark them out every day, because you never know when something like this is going to start to really, really gain momentum. And if that's the case, we would have to go back quite a ways on the volume profile. And I'm not sure that going back to early October is going to be super relevant right now in terms of the volume profile. Like, I don't know how many of those positions in futures and everything that are going to be active. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We do have some relatively big earnings coming out today, or at least some that are pretty impactful. Let me just pull that up because I have it here. Okay, so this morning we have Alibaba, right, which is basically like your Chinese Amazon. They are a really, really good proxy for consumer strength and consumer confidence in China, right? Being one of the largest retailers and the largest e-commerce platform there. So we can look to that for some clues on how the Chinese consumer is doing. And given that they have a really large population, right, that is somewhat important. We also this morning have Lunar, which is, like a retail favorite. Everyone loves trading this thing. I think that it's honestly like a big pile of fucking garbage, but that's just me. And we'll see how they do today. We'll see how they do today. All that I know is that you don't want earnings happening like during this kind of market. I mean, we can look and see what happened with Sing yesterday. Sing had burned a little bit more cash than expected, and there was a massive sell-off yesterday. Still holding, by the way, not super concerned about it. Still holding. After all of this, I don't give a shit. We had it all marked out in advance, right? We came back down. We tested this liquidity level. We see buyers somewhat struggling, right? I'm okay. I'm okay with this. I want to find the floor. I'm not happy about this, but I'm okay with it. My average is good enough that I'm just gonna fucking hold, because when you buy down here and it's still up here. I mean, it's hard to be upset when you're 75-80% up. So, but those that can be the result of having any kind of earnings, but especially ones that have a little bit of bad news with them, or less than stellar news, or if the news is not good enough to justify the premium that's attached to your company. There is, obviously, like, just there's a really good shot that doesn't work out for them. So I'm not going to be trading it. I think that they're a shitty company, but I think that there are some even shittier companies out there that are showing some real opportunity. So, I'm just gonna kind of be playing with those. Shout out to Oklo for being a massive piece of shit and being one of the easiest shorts in the market continually. Ever since they got off their high of like 180. Like it's been nothing but free shorts. That thing's a that thing's a pile of garbage. Um, Most of the nuclear companies, to be honest, are garbage. Also on earnings today, we have FedEx in the evening, right? That's one of the biggest shippers and carriers in the US. We have Planet Labs. They are a speculative, like satellite imagery play. So they do like geospatial information. Um, they've been doing pretty well. They're nearing profitability. But again, right, going into earnings in this kind of macro backdrop is really tough, especially when you have a large premium already attached to your business. And finally, this evening, one that I have like a super strong opinion on right now is Scholastic. So they sell textbooks and educational materials, and with all of the cuts to the Department of Education, I am expecting I am expecting them to do very poorly. I don't think that school districts have the money. In fact, I know that they've been doing massive layoffs and everything, right? Like they don't have the money um, to really purchase new materials. Scholastic's already just been burning money. Most of their sales, if anything, happen at the beginning of like school years, and they've been suffering lately, especially under this administration. So I as much as I love the company and I love what they do, uh, they're not looking great right now, right? They're not looking to be in a great situation. So I just I just would exercise some caution if you're long on Scholastic, and I would also ask you, why the fuck are you long on Scholastic, bro? Are you not reading the Times? America doesn't give a shit about education right now. That would probably actually be the first question, is why the fuck are you long Scholastic? Like they don't do exceedingly well even when things are in their favor, but especially not right now where nothing's in their favor. They're starting to break down even further. That's looking cooked, guys. That's looking cooked. We'll see what happens at New York Open, but there's probably a real good shot that this thing just continues to die. We'll see. Wait for confirmation after the opening bell. But again, like things look pretty cooked. Hey Icarus, how do things look in Terribleville?
They're looking absolutely horrific.
Good. That's what we want. Yay.
I'm so ready to short this.
I'm ready to. Like I'm kind of frothing at the mouth. But we'll see what happens.
I mean, have you seen gold?
I've been
Shit's
watching.
down $250
Dude,
on the day.
dude, I woke up and we talked about this yesterday on stream, and we talked about this yesterday in like all of the swing chat posts, right? Like this isn't like a new subject for us, but man, when I woke up today and I saw it, I was just like, fuck, dude, this is a big deal. Like, look,
Yeah.
we're reaching near our November lows on US 30. Like, look, if you like EMAs, okay, they are in perfect order to be completely bearish, with the 20 below the 50, below the 100, below the 200.
Yeah.
Okay. So really, no matter how you look at it, okay, you want to draw a trend line, sick, it's going down. Right? What's one of my favorite ways to look at trend? Okay. It's the ADM DXI. Oh, there we go. It just lagged a little bit. And what do we have here? Oh, selling pressure going through the fucking roof. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what we have. ADX saying that this trend, this directional index trend is very strong. Yep. Yep. Okay. Good. Things are terrible. Basically, any kind of way that you view this is a very bearish trend. So, you know, this is Dow. So this is 30 of the like most highly regarded companies in the US, and they're struggling this much. And it's the crazy thing is if you look at the volume profile for like this entire area, really since again late November, right? We're just going from those prior lows that are near where we are now. You could see that all of this volume was extremely top heavy. And all of this volume, any longs up here, are fucking trapped. That is trapped capital that's doing absolutely nothing. And there's some real big pressures on any kind of long positions, especially any kind of like levered long positions. So I'm curious to see how things go. VIX is up 7% on the day, so that's pretty telling, right? When when all the institutions are hopping into the VIX, so that way they can use it as a hedge against what is happening right now. So UVIX might not be a bad thing to look at today if this volatility continues for any of our options and equity day traders and swing traders out there. UVIX has some serious potential, especially if this continues dropping the way that it is. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. There's potentially some pretty big opportunity there. UVIX is a 2 times levered long volatility instrument. So that is something where you want to be there for a good time, but not a long time, right? In and out, same day. Like don't hold this shit for a long time, right? UVIX is not an investment; it's a scalp. It's a quick intraday trade. God, dude, this is so fucking cooked. This is so cooked. Look at all of the volume up here. And look, this area right here, this was like predominantly at the ask. There's a lot of trapped capital here. And I promise you, if you go and look at like all the tech companies, when everyone's like, "Oh, well, we're just gonna buy the dip here," and then it just kept dipping. It kept dipping, and the things that we've been in for our swing trades have been doing really well. Aside from yesterday, where everything took a shit, So all in all, pretty okay with this. Just be cautious and be ready to short the ever living shit out of everything today. Like I in addition to what we're going to be doing on stream, like I'm probably going to be looking at Oklo again. I've actually been considering taking Oklo puts that go all the way out into January 2027 because I think that business is so bad that it's going to continue to drop through January 2027, at least through the summer. And I want exposure that whole time. Like this market is not going to be forgiving to bad businesses right now. Even good businesses are getting fucking hammered, as evidenced by the Dow. Like these businesses are strong businesses. It's 30 of the top companies in the US and realistically, the world. So, if things aren't going well for the Dow, like things are probably not going well for most companies. Now that we're on the 15-minute, we're just going to go ahead and shorten this up to 2 days. That can realistically be there. You see how when we zoom in, there's not so many lines. Like if I zoom out, I mean, obviously there's a shit ton, but when we zoom into actually what's happening, right? It's not quite so overwhelming. And we had a massive accumulation of a short position here. And how do we know that they were accumulating a short position when it was just kind of channeling? Well, because it's going down now. So this is the manipulation leg. And then we'll see when they begin distributing. And that should tell us quite a bit about how far these guys are really willing to take this thing down. Am I reading their minds? Whose mind? Whose mind? Whose mind would I be reading? I can't read minds. Come on. Come on, guy. I don't even know what I'm thinking. Come on, guy. Yeah, things look terrible here, though. Things look terrible. We're actually breaking down under this last little like bastion of liquidity on US 30. Dude, this thing is fucking cooked. Holy
Icky.
shit.
Did you also enter the gold short right now?
I can read the hedgie's minds. But the Dow is at 50K. Yeah, UVIX does have options. So that way, what you can do is leverage your leverage. Right? You can buy a levered position on a 2x levered fund. And I'm going to tell you right now. So I've played options on UVIX during times like this. Dude, if you do that, be ready for massive swings. Like that is going to be really volatile. And I mean, you're a good trader, so I think you'll be okay. I'm just saying, if you've never done it before, like, be ready, because that thing is going to fucking move, Ty. Yeah, I can read the hedge funds' minds. I know what they're thinking. And some of the multi-strategy ones that kind of saw this coming because they follow the macro news are probably super, super excited. And a lot of the long only funds are probably like, ah, shit. Ah, shit, this isn't looking so good. Yeah, you're right. It's not looking good. Especially when you realize that, like, you know, everything has been priced in according to like a beautiful future, right? Like the whole tech sector and everything. You have companies that are sitting at PEs in the hundreds, right? Looking at you, Palantir, like I don't know, man. I don't think that this is like super healthy in general for markets. But if we're looking back at the past, like these situations can go on for a very long time until something unexpected, like, I don't know, a fucking war in the Middle East happens. And war generally is long-term bullish. But we're more worried about the short term and what's happening right now. And that reaction is almost always super bearish. And I think we're really starting to see the effects of it, right? Like, how many times have we said over the last few weeks, like, hey, this could take 2 months. Like this can take 2 months to fully play out. So we'll see what happens. But as of right now, these things are super, super cooked. Want to follow up on a few little swings here while we're kind of waiting for market open. So Riley is just sitting right at the top of the demand zone that we've been kind of flirting with, right? We come up, okay, we tested it, cool, gap up, sell back into it. So, just kind of waiting for the 10K, waiting for more information here to become available to us. Anna, the Italian natural gas play uh, that we traded, is seeing a little bit of momentum. If it can break out of all of this, right, things would things would be looking pretty good for a long scalp, little intraday trade. Chevron continuing to do exceedingly well. Um, Again, told you guys I wasn't super worried about this little pullback. I'm definitely not worried about this one. I think that this thing is going to go to 200 very soon. And considering that anyone that took this trade with me is sitting in $180 calls, um, these look fantastic. These look fantastic. So give yourselves a pat on the back. And, if you haven't already secured a little bit of profit, I would probably recommend doing so, just in case, right? Just to make sure that you're de-risked. And the rest of them, I mean, we have until mid-April, so you'll start to feel the theta burn a little bit today, um, and in 2 weeks you're really going to be filling it. So you don't want to hold these past another like 2 weeks unless exercising. And I mean, I don't know if you're going to exercise an $18,000 buy on Chevron. Realistically, that's pretty hefty, especially if you bought in bulk. So, you know, just watch out for that. Just watch out for that. We're even seeing a lot of like the major, tech companies like Apple, for instance, is very red. I was kind of hoping when we were like right here, right? No, actually, it was like right over here. I was hoping for that break of 260, and we kind of got like a little bit of one, but it was muted with everything going on. So I ended up not taking this trade. Like I hold some Apple long term, but I ended up not taking the trade that we kind of discussed surrounding these levels, just because we had a really hard rejection up here, and you could see that there was like a big passive sell wall basically that just locked this thing under 261.75. Like we very slightly broke above it. One day, that was Tuesday the 10th, and immediately sold right back off. So that was last Tuesday. Yeah, Coca-Cola has been doing wonderful. Guys, if you don't hold Coca-Cola, you are fucking tripping. Like I think everyone knows this about me. I've talked about it at length with everyone here. Like I am a Coca-Cola bull, eternal bull. In fact, I can't even show you my entry on the 5-year chart because it was so long ago. I drink water, but I know that most Americans don't drink water. So, I've been long since here, since 2013, and I'm gonna be long until oh God, let's see. When am I gonna sell? Oh, it's not even on the chart. It only goes up to 2066. Sorry, I can't tell you when I'm selling that. My bad. Nasdaq hitting like a tiny bit of support, but it doesn't really seem to be real, right? We kind of popped up a little bit. You see massive selling pressure coming right back in. We ended up sweeping a little bit lower. This thing looks like it's just ready to fail. Like literally Nasdaq to zero today. Right? Nasdaq to zero, guys. Right? You were 4 in 2013. Okay, so see, guys, this is the this is a really big lesson for you guys. Okay, this is a really big lesson for you guys. So ZXQNF said that he was 4 in 2013. So his biggest mistake was that he was walking around sucking his mom's tits instead of buying Coca-Cola. And that was a mistake. You should have just been buying Coca-Cola, bro. Why were you why like why were you doing all that, bro? You should have people are over here shitting their pants and trying to learn their colors, bro. Like you 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 should have just been buying Coca-Cola and holding it. That was a mistake. You guys wasted your childhood. What the fuck? You played yourself by drinking breast milk instead of Coca-Cola. Yo, literally. Bro, every day. Every day. No, I did. I did fucking say that the other day. I don't even remember why, but I was like, you know what? I will shit my pants if this happens. Then it happens, and I was like, oh, well, I guess my pants are shit. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I do remember that though. But yeah, like if you're looking at something like Coca-Cola, that's something that you just buy and forget you own and never sell. It's the same with like Alamos Gold. Like I've been long this for like 3 years now, and this is one of the best investments I've ever made. Actually, I've been long since like 12, and then 18 I added way up. Let's see. We were talking about you having a shower instead. If you touch the water, you shit your pants. Oh yeah. We're sweaty here. That's right. We're sweaty here. Anyways, yeah, that's basically kind of where we are in the markets. Um, everything's doing awful. Everything's shitting the bed, and we are just waiting on Riley to fucking do something. Anything, please. Waiting to short things today. Oh, you know what? Let me actually, while we're here, and we're talking about Oklo, and we're talking about shitty companies doing shitty. Stop defaulting to the fucking monthly. I like to look at high time frames, not that fucking high. Okay, so as you can see, this thing is edging right on a major liquidity level. And I mean a major liquidity level. It gapped up here and sold right off, and now it's threatening to sell off, kind of like at this base where it last found support. Like in pre-market, it's already down. We'll see if it continues to be down. I suspect that it's going to continue to be down, and I think that a lot of people who are delusional in thinking that this company, with their fake AI generated fucking headquarters image on Google, I think people are starting to kind of feel the pressure and think that maybe, oh shit, I made a mistake buying this thing at fucking 80 because, oh well, it has to go back up, right? But look at the all-time highs, guys. It's gonna go back to 195. You just you hear that a lot with like retail traders. You also, if you'll notice on the daily chart, this is called a death cross right here, right? Where the 50 EMA moves under the 200 EMA. And we can see that that's happened. The 20-day moving average is aiming almost fucking vertically down. The 100 is looking to cross the 200 pretty soon. We're sitting below, any kind of like a real support that we found in the past. Is it time to fill this gap in the 40s? Like it fucking might be. So this is what I'm looking at when I'm saying that I'm considering taking a short position through January of next year. Right? I'm considering being bearish on this thing for the next 9 months. Because like, dude, this thing's cooked. The thing's cooked. I don't think that your 424 Riley calls are cooked. If you have like short dated March, those are absolutely cooked right now. And I wouldn't expect you know, if you have some that are like expiring this week or next week, like I wouldn't expect those to print in any meaningful way or really at all. But if you're in April, right, they're going to be doing their call on their earnings call and releasing the audited 10K, so their annual report, as well as their 8K for quarter 4 earnings. They are going to be releasing that after hours on Tuesday, March 31st. So, you know, I think that that is really kind of the next big catalyst. A lot of their positions have been doing really well. Like if we look at BW, BW has done very well, especially since, you know, it was targeted with the short report, like back here, right? So this is where that Wolfpack research report came out. These 2 days were them shorting, and you could see that we actually ended up recovering that. We've given a little bit back. It's down in pre-market with the rest of literally everything in the world, but you know, that's okay. Sing has like a small little bounce in pre-market, but you know, we're gonna see how this plays out. We're just gonna have to see. Yeah, that's kind of the layout of the market right now, though. Yeah, last week of the month are gonna cook. Everyone's short dated calls. Yeah, yeah. I mean that is generally how that works, right? So they will pin, they being options dealers and market makers, right? They will pin the price to max pain. And oh yeah, we could look at Ondus real quick. We can look at Ondus. We took a look at it last night for the swing trade update, and I gave a little bit of an update there. But we could take a look at Ondus real quick. So let me just zoom in a bit. So we have a little bit of an interesting development, right? It was sitting in this demand zone for quite a while. We kept coming down and fucking around in it, and this was an area of very clear accumulation. We could see that there was a lot of selling pressure here, and we kind of broke through it, and now we're right back into where all the selling pressure occurred. So there is potentially you know, there is the potential for this thing to kind of come down and edge back into like probably the top half of this demand zone. That's very possible. We'll have to see what everything looks like at open, but losing this liquidity level was a really big deal because this is actually one that goes back towards like December, towards the beginning of December. So this is one that has been a very important level for a long time, and it kind of almost acts as like a little bit of a tipping point, right? Like you go below it, you get a really big, strong reaction. You go above it, you get a really big, strong reaction, right? Big, strong reaction. Big, strong reaction up and then down. Like, so this is like a really critical point for whatever reason, right? This 1050, 1060 area is super important on somebody's books. And I can't tell you why because I don't have the information, but what I can tell you is that we can see the effects of it. Right? We can see the effects of it. Right? We kind of, okay, lots of resistance off this one too, lots of resistance. And then when we finally break, like truly break, we get a nice explosion up to 1150, which a 10.5% gain is like not nothing, right? Like that's actually a pretty big surge for one day. So, you know, those are my thoughts on that. I think that Ondus is in a little bit of a precarious position, but that's only because everything else is too. And this is a tech company, and it's going to get swept up in all of that. Even though it's also a defense company, right? Defense firms aren't necessarily doing well right now with everything happening. OSS, no, I haven't looked at, but we could take a quick little peek. before market open and we get to trading futures. So yeah, so this one, I mean, that's really interesting from a technical perspective. This one saw like massive resistance right here, basically at these equal highs, and or rather like these prior highs, which are now, pretty much equal highs. Um, I don't know how I would be feeling about this one right now today. I don't know very much about this company. Like I've seen it mentioned and I know they do some kind of software shit. Huh.
Yo, what is that
Is there
bump on US 30? There is no news.
Hey, okay. That's how you attract buyers so you can bag them.
Damn.
Nasdaq just got it too. Yeah, this is how you attract buyers so you can bag them. This is also why we don't trade pre-market, because I bet like this is actually on relatively low volume. Time to put on our heat maps.
I'm almost tending to short this, right? I
We
don't.
don't. Yeah, well, okay, sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. Yeah. Good shit, Ty. Good shit, Ty. Yeah, sometimes we do. We're gonna see how this ends up playing out though. I don't I think that this is gonna come back down. And I think we're at least gonna touch this like 187 area on NASDAQ again. So, we'll see what happens in the next few minutes. I'm gonna leave you in the very capable hands of Icarus. Go make my little morning coffee before market opens, and we will get started on scalping these motherfucking futures.
All right.
I know that was a lot of information today, guys. So thank you for bearing with me through my long ass monologue. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll be right back.
All right. So, what do you guys want to hear? Dennis, if you don't stop with that, I might just pull you up on the stage and then you can sing. Nah, just kidding. But gold is actually on a pretty steep downtrend right now. The 4 hour is absolutely crashing. We're close to the 4,400 line, which is actually the last crash that we had in February. So if we break below that, I can definitely see that we will even go lower. This is like no promise or anything, but the potential is definitely there. The other thing that I could also see is that we just go way back up from here. Yeah, thank you, Dennis. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is also on a break of structure to the downside in the higher time frames. Bitcoin is about to just shit the bed and just probably go down way back to 66,000, probably even lower. Gotta see what it does. But the potential for a big breakdown is definitely there. Nee. Also mein Volumenprofil ist sich so, wie wir es auch sonst in meinem Stream machen. So. Alright. So what do we have here on US 30? We just pumped like way back up. I want to see it just crash down completely on open. That would be the only valid thing it should do. No, you don't have to like watch anything specific. You can just like put the volume profile like in the 5 minute or 15 minute the past 1 to 2 days, because like the way it works is that you need the previous range in order to gain actual insight into what happened, because you need the previous liquidity levels. Yeah. Nasdaq is also all the way back down again. Gonna see what it does here. So aspect, the reason why gold is crashing is because like the news that we have is currently like not in particular bullish for any market. If you just look at like the overall market data heat map, like I can tell you every market that you will see there is most likely going to be down. Yes. You want to put the volume profile on the whole day. I'll also drop you a picture on how I mark them up. Wait, let's take this one. Here, that's how I mark it up in gold. But that's on the higher time frame. All right, so we get 2 minutes till open. I'm really wondering what we will see on open.
All right. Market's about to open.
Great.
With everything that's happened, I'm expecting kind of a muted open, but we're going to see what happens. Again, things are very flippy today. So exercise some caution. Options chain is really starting to pin things. It is Thursday. So, we are going to, I think, see a lot of the ultimate direction for the remainder of this week happen today. And just be very cautious. Be very cautious. So trade small positions today, as always, and let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can get. Ooh. Ooh. All right, this breakdown is a really big fucking deal, guys. Entering small short.
Bro, where the fuck is the candle going?
All right, I'm in. I'm in at 118. We're going to set a stop up at 145. And by we, I mean me. It's just what I'm doing. This is a very small kind of starter position, just to kind of test the waters. I wanted to see if the sell-off would continue, and it's not, and I'm stopped out. So we're just gonna hang out and wait. Ultimately, I do feel like this is coming down lower. We just got to give it a little bit of time.
Yeah, I'm in US 30 right now.
Shorts. Oh
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that's beautiful. I kind of want to hit those shorts on that trace up right there. Are you in them
It's
from
a mess.
pre-market?
Nah. I just entered right on open.
This is looking super cooked. This is looking super cooked. Like, this is a lot of selling pressure. Everything's just getting fucking hammered today. Get a nice rejection off the value area high. Let's see if we can get it again on NASDAQ. Entering small NASDAQ short. And I am in 141. And we're just gonna sit and wait. Again, this is a small position. Please do not take tremendous risk today.
Yeah, today's not the day to be a hero.
Nope. Set your stops to break even if you took that NASDAQ short with me. Should be right at 141. 138 probably is where maybe you got in, somewhere around there. But set your stops to break even, and we're gonna trail this thing aggressively as it continues to work, or we're gonna get stopped out and it's gonna literally come up and touch our break even. Fantastic. Thanks so much. This is why we're taking very small positions, right? Because when we catch like that real big wave, we can always add to it as it's happening. But what you don't want to do is put your whole fucking position in immediately, right? Like this is a really, really cooked setup for today. Like in general, this is not the setup that you want to be taking any kind of real major risk on. We're seeing a nice little order block right here on US 30. It would take probably a pretty big bullish order imbalance to be able to really push through it. So we'll see what happens there. We might have to start scalping super quick and getting these gains fucking immediately. US 30 is fighting right now. There's a fight for control over this liquidity level at 894. We don't really have a clear winner in this fight yet. We've just been kind of teetering back and forth. Looks like the bulls might have it, at least for now. Oh, look, and now they don't. You see what I mean? You see how flippy this is? Like, the things are just changing so fucking quick. That was a big gap down on NASDAQ just now. Kind of want to wait and see if it comes up and fills immediately. Point of control shifted down. This is heavy selling volume. Shifting the point of control down shows that there's a lot of volume that's happening right down here. That was a big short position that just got entered to gap that thing down. And we're just kind of waiting. US 30 come down, fucking with this liquidity level. Things are ugly today.
I think I'm entering shorts here.
On NASDAQ?
Yeah.
I want to see it start to break down a little bit lower. It's so close. It's so close. Look at these wicks. All right. Come on, can we break this value area low? God, we're so fucking close. We're so fucking close. And I'm gonna have to use like a stupidly wide stop because I don't want to get stopped out on this shit. I have a real good feeling about the overall direction. This is Trading View, Luana. See, this is what I mean. You don't have to, when people are telling you, oh, hey, hop in DMs, you don't have to do that, right? We have a whole server that's dedicated to trading this shit. Give it a sec. Let's see how all of this pans out. I'm still obviously leaning very bearish here. VIX is remaining elevated at a 6.8% gain on the day so far. Oil holding very steady. It's actually gained a little bit from when we last looked at it. Gold is just getting fucking slaughtered. So is silver. Silver is finally breaking down. And if you guys will remember, like we've been talking about silver for a long time, ever since that big, massive squeeze that happened towards the end of last year. And I mean, ultimately, I think silver's probably worth about 40 an ounce. I know that that's a hot take. It was an even hotter take when it was at 120 and I was saying it, but even at 68, right? Maybe that seems like a hot take. I promise you, it's not that hot of a take. Like it's pretty par for the course, I think. I was talking to one of my buddies who manages a fund out of New York. And he was basically telling me the same thing. He's like, I think silver could go higher, but ultimately this thing's going to crash. I was like, yeah, that's almost assuredly happening. This big wick to the upside is a little bit ominous, but we're not really seeing. Like, I don't want a long going into today, unless it's on like oil, natural gas. In which case I already have my longs, so I'm already just sitting and waiting. I miss boring and normal. Boring and normal was fun. It was ideal. This has been a little bit cooked. It's been a little bit brutal. Do we get a big rejection off 188? It looks like it. Yes, we're taking things very slow today, guys. Like I said, please be cautious. I've had one trade at a small loss, one at break even. Both of them were really tiny positions, and I'm just waiting because I want to make sure that we are staying safe in this environment right now. Like, it's better to be safe than sorry. And I don't trust this pump. I really don't. I feel like sellers are just going to sell into every movement. NASDAQ is holding back orders, or they're holding back orders on NASDAQ. So let's see if we get a big shift. Yeah, there it is. These two big wicks to the upside. I almost want to enter a short here. I'm cautious because we're finding support right under this value area high, and I would really like to see that support die, or at least be able to enter up at the top of this range on a short potentially. US 30 is also really struggling to maintain any kind of gains or any kind of green, really. It's just getting sold super hard. I am not sure, Vision. What I know is that they've been shaking us all the fuck around already today. And I am, again, right, I'm feeling a little hesitant about wanting to long any of this. Like, I just not the biggest fan of the conditions that we're in for a long. We'll see. That can always change if we start breaking out in a really big way. But again, like, be cautious, especially trying to long this shit. Give it a sec. I know we're doing a lot of waiting today, guys. There's a reason for it, I promise. The reason is, do you see that, right? Little fig breakout and immediately hits this liquidity level and starts selling off. You said you're feeling a little bullish. I am not right now. And to be honest with you, I kind of wish that I was. So I would like a nice day of pumping, a nice day of relief from all of the selling. It just doesn't appear to be happening. Seen a little bit of a contraction in this channel, right? It's getting tighter and tighter. No, not really, JP. We've been doing a lot of watching this morning. Had one small loss, like really small, one break even, and we are just seeing what's going on. I think that if we get a big rejection here, I'll enter a short. I want to wait though. I want to see that rejection. Okay. I'm going to enter a small short here. And filled. I got 211, so, we'll see what happens. I promise that me saying filled right as it crashed down, that was purely coincidence.
Shall we lie here?
It was coincidence. I'm not moving this shit. It's fucking NASDAQ, bro. This isn't some little shitty penny stock. I can't fucking move this. Sometimes you can move it in pre-market. You can't move it much. You'll literally see your order hit the tape, but you're not going to actually like shift it in any meaningful way. When did I say that we should long? Barry. If anything, I've been saying the opposite. I've been saying be careful about longing. That I would be playing this to the short side, and that's what I am doing.
Exactly, Barry.
Yeah, Barry. Yeah, Barry. Just chilling.
Crazy scam wick.
Chilling in my short. Dude, I don't even have a stop set.
This is unreasonable.
I'm short at 211. I don't have a stop set right now.
What happened to the $20 stop rule?
Yeah, generally I do, but you know, and I'm probably going to right here, just in case. Yeah, I think I'm gonna set one up at 231, just in case. All right, we're good. We're set. I don't want to start trailing this too tight yet. I really just don't want to get stopped out. There we go.
I think you should trail.
You stop to break even. You could probably even do a little bit better than break even, but let's give it a sec. I want to see how this plays out. We're catching a little support at the value area high. Bit of resistance near that liquidity level. A little bit of selling pressure just in general. And, you know, if I get stopped out at break even again, then I guess I get stopped out at break even again.
Of course he does, Barry. What kind of question is that?
Yeah, get wrecked. Get absolutely wrecked. Have you tried just being older?
Imagine going to school.
I don't know. I've considered going back. Not to like learn anything really. Oh, did that not? Okay, nope, I'm filled.
Just to flex on the kids?
Jesus Christ. No, just going, just to go, man, just to learn. Like, not learn anything like as far as like a professional career, but just for fun. Just to go learn for fun. I enjoy learning things.
I didn't.
I didn't enjoy public school, but I do enjoy learning in general. Jesus Christ, man, this thing cannot get a real direction right now.
Untradeable.
It just can't pick a direction.
I just hate these big wicks.
Yeah, the big wicks are a little annoying.
It's been so insanely fucking long since we had decent price action.
This is regular day trading. So CFDs are just an instrument type. Day trading refers to the style of trading where you are entering and exiting the trades within the same day. Webull is decent. That should be available in Germany. Interactive Brokers is definitely available in Germany. That one does have a deposit requirement of 25 grand to open an account. So, you know, it's a little loftier. But Webull should be okay. Yeah, Molly, same dude. It's the same, right? Like I just keep getting hit at break even. I just keep getting hit at break even. I feel like this is so sketchy. Look at fucking US 30 right now, dude. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Same for Nasdaq.
Yeah, US 30 is like actually breaking out though. I want to fucking just short this pop so bad, bro. Let me see. What is fucking happening here? Real fucking careful here. Like after coming and seeing this test of this level as support and confirming it as support, that's really interesting. Did not have it on my bingo card for today. I think I'm gonna enter small short NASDAQ. All right, I'm filled. 266. I'm gonna set my stop at 276. This stop is tight as fuck. But it's because I want to be really cautious right now. Like there is the potential that this does go up, so I want to keep that potential in mind. You know, I'm actually gonna. I think I'm actually gonna change it. I think I'm gonna change it up to 86. I want to use a wider stop. Let me adjust that on my end. I want to use a wider stop here. All right, there we go. Is this going to be like the other day where we just have to fucking double down, average in, and then watch it die? I don't even remember when we did that. Was that Tuesday, I think?
Yeah.
That seems right.
Dennis, it's being gambled on Nasdaq and Dow.
What the fuck? All right, sure. Yo, today's kind of brutal. It's just it's so fucking volatile. We had a decent day yesterday. Today's a little rough.
Yeah, I'm done trading for today.
I'm like so slightly in the red, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to overtrade and end up deep in the red. And today feels like one of those days where you could easily overtrade.
If anything, gold might be a valid trade. Because it's breaking out of a range.
Is it? Yeah. It's trying for the breakout. It broke out of this range. I mean, it's probably going to see a lot of resistance at this area. This is where that short position really got embedded. I mean, you can see that they entered their short here and then just manipulated it right down. This thing's like right back to where we fucking shorted it at. Goddamn NASDAQ.
I want the days with good price action back, dog.
That would be sick, huh?
I swear, like
Gold,
if we
gold
get
is working through this area of resistance right now.
if we get December price action, you can bet your ass I'm a thunder my account into that.
Oh, I won't. I'll just continue to take it lightly, you know. Take small trades, just look for the consistency. The Sing sell-off is continuing. That's fucking brutal. US30's edging right on the verge of a really good short setup. I don't know if we're going to get there, but it's trying. I feel like all of this is going to come crashing back down. Like, it's not sustainable. I'm not seeing enough buyers. I'm not seeing enough positive sentiment.
Yeah, I don't like this. I wouldn't even short this breakdown because I'm thinking like it'll just reject off for like 230.
And it might.
Yeah, gold might be valid now.
I'd like to see it clear this wick. It's right next to it. It's right fucking there. The gold is right fucking there. There's these equal highs here if we could break through that. Catching a little resistance there.
This price action is making me mad.
Get your emotions out of it, bro. We're chilling, okay? We're big chilling. This is all the volatility that, you know, I was talking about in the announcement 2 days ago, right? On Tuesday night, I was letting you guys know that yesterday, like, was going to be super volatile, and it was. And then today has been more of the same. We are starting to see a little bit of that volatility kind of leached out right up here, though. So I'm wondering when the next like manipulative leg is coming. That was a really big rejection off of that area on gold.
Yikes.
I mean, I know it was only $7, but like it was a pretty big rejection. Like you could see that there was a clear sell wall that just appeared right here.
Now it's breaking out.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, no, it is. There's a lot of bullish pressure that just came through.
How much is enter small?
I'm taking a small gold long here.
Never have I ever thought I would say.
I'm in. I got in at 26, 626. Ugh.
Damn.
It's pretty good. It's pretty fucking good.
Taking profits here.
Yep. Agreed. And I'm out.
Gold is like this toxic bitch that gets the money back once you are too greedy.
Gold can be kind of volatile. Potential double top on US 30. Potential double top there.
Nope.
Potential double top here. See how we just keep coming down to this liquidity level, testing it and bouncing off of it, holding it as support. This is fucking brutal.
Swazzle, we did not. I can assure you that.
We didn't hear anything remotely close to full 40 gold. Don't say that. I would never encourage that. That gold trade did fix my fucking broker fees from breaking even over and over again.
For real. Icky. You got it figured out.
So also been chilling with buried too much. Yeah, I mean the gold longs are still doing pretty well. Like I started to see this sell pressure roll in, and that, you know, that made me want to take my gain super quick. Plus I'm trying to not overstay my welcome here in anything, because we see how quick things are moving.
I'm gonna leave the rest of the day off, I think. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep looking. This has been a wild day, so I mean, it's been a wild day, and yet nothing has really happened. Like how we're just sitting between these two liquidity levels and just like tap one, tap the other, tap one, tap the other, like it's fucking ping pong. Potential NASDAQ short here. Just wait. Let's see how we react to this liquidity level.
Johnson & Johnson.
What about Johnson & Johnson?
Luana has a question about that.
Oh. Are they really low right now? J&J. Let's check it out. They're not super low. Zoom out. They're not low. They're down at the bottom of this range. I don't think that I would be buying here. But if you zoom out, like they're doing fantastic.
Take the TradingView quote into consideration. When in doubt, zoom out.
Yeah. Yeah. Johnson Johnson, I don't think I would want to long that here. I mean, it has really good trend. It had really good momentum, but that trend's kind of dying out, and you can see that now we're starting to make lower lows, and it's starting to kind of flatten out with the broader markets, and I don't really like that.
Did I save you from that ugly ass short?
Oh my god. Dude, look, we got out of gold at like the right time, dude. It's just fucking dead now. It's just sitting, consolidating. Holy shit. The second that sell pressure came in, man, it was like a big light flashing saying, this kind of cooked. We're going to sit here for a while. The funny thing is that I do expect gold to like appreciate in value in the short term. Like I don't think that gold was overvalued. I think silver is, but I don't think gold is overvalued. Yeah, no worries, Luana. Yeah, absolutely. Make sure that you are asking questions. The only stupid question is one not asked. Except for that one guy that we had to kick out. He had some stupid
And
questions.
if we are full boarding.
Yeah, that's a bad question. Don't ask. We're never full porting. Yeah, the only stupid question is a question not asked. Yeah, Barry, no, yeah, Swazzle. You tell Swazzle that shit, bro.
Get wrecked, Swazzle. You're getting clout now.
Oh god, I feel like we're right on the edge of a short. I mean, I know we keep saying that, and every time we're like waiting for it to start, and it just doesn't. But like we might be on the edge of it right now.
You were saying about overtrading?
I've been pretty disciplined today. Okay, I'm very slightly green, and I'm just kind of waiting to see what's happening.
That's a lie.
I'm trying to be very patient. Let's see how gold reacts to coming down and testing this like 617 level again. Look at this NASDAQ channel, bro, between these two liquidity levels. This is actual insanity. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. Yeah, I got you, Luana. I got you. That's what the server's all about, is learning how to trade. We've we've been doing it for a while now. After 13 years, I might have learned a trick or two. I've seen some shit, man. I've seen some shit. Okay.
I didn't. I'm still unprofitable.
Get wrecked. Get fucking wrecked, nerd.
All right.
God damn, can we fucking move?
Control your emotions.
Can we move? Oh, my emotions are controlled. I'm just like waiting, you know, like I'm waiting.
You're getting impatient, youngling.
I'm waiting for something to happen. Oh no, I'm keeping myself entertained enough. It's just every time we start to kind of break out or break down, or really anything starts happening, it just changes direction. so quickly, right? Like we broke this range, but then nothing happened yet. And at this point, like I really just need to see like a strong move, like potentially the one that's forming on NASDAQ, potentially.
Nah.
It's just catching buys at the bottom of this range, and I really don't want to fucking range trade a $25 range. Like that's not worth the risk. Yeah, and it could be bullish in a bit. I mean, you know, like we're seeing support found up here, which is actually pretty crazy. It could, like, I'm gonna wait for the breakout regardless. You know what I mean, Molly Zans? Like I'm gonna wait for the breakout regardless. Potential breakout on gold here. Potential breakout on gold. Potential breakout on NAS.
Yo, Molly, I don't know what the fuck this D is.
I think I'm in a small. Oh, never mind.
Alright, that explains it. No wonder I never heard of it.
Buyers really stepping up here on NASDAQ. The value area high is acting as very strong resistance. Even if it did just shift up a little bit.
ZXQ. I'm genuinely trying to avoid like any kind of ICT stuff.
Like I said, ICT is like very hit and miss, right? Some of it extremely useful. A lot of it absolute garbage.
No, Molly, ICT is not good. ICT in its base form has a 22% win rate at most. The only thing that makes it good is the person behind it.
I mean, you could say the same thing about a lot of strategies. Like again, Chevron just crossed 200. Let's motherfucking go. But you know, I have some things that I think are useful from ICT. Like the bias is incredibly useful. That's not unique to ICT, but it is a part of ICT that's super useful, right? See, and this is why we just fucking waited on NASDAQ. Like I didn't want to short into that trend, but you know, this is why we waited. We saw some heavy resistance at the value area high, and then we ultimately failed to hold this liquidity level, and we got a nice flush down. So we're right back into the fucking channel that we were just in. But a lot of liquidity was just generated and captured, right, with this move. I promise you that people flocked in, bought it up here, and then immediately got bagged. So, you know, whatever's coming next, market makers have cashed up their accounts. Potential breakdown on US 30 here. Just with how today's been, I want to see a little bit more. Yeah, so from ICT, when you're talking about like AMD, right? If you're talking about AMD, like that's not really unique to ICT. Like it as a concept, all it's doing is it's describing the profit mechanism of traders in the market, of institutional traders. That's all it is, right? See, for me, it's not even fractal on PO3. There's nothing about that. I literally use it as again just a concept. Like how does Wall Street make money? Okay, they accumulate, they manipulate, they distribute. That's all AMD is. Like at its core, that's what it is as a concept. It describes the profit mechanism. I think I'm going to take a small US 30 short here. This has the potential to continue. All right, I'm in. I got my fill at 895. So we'll see what happens. Stops at 925 for the 895 entry. There we go. I'm going to move stop down to 900. I know we're trailing it very closely. And it's in. All right, stop is finally set. Let's see what happens. Do I get stopped out right now? Yep, sure do. Jeez, man. If I was making money on every transaction that's break even today, I would have made so many monies. I would say order flow, to be honest, Molly. Like learn order flow, learn what we do here. You know, today this is a little bit cooked. But that's just kind of the nature of the beast, right? You have these super volatile days. Like these days work better for swings, right? Like there's some things, like I bet Oklo is just shitting the fucking bed right now. Right, so there's some days where this is super easy. Or some strategies, rather, where you can see something really easy playing out. Like this is one that I called out for the Warriors, was this short, and it's been working fucking beautifully. So, like, you know, every strategy has its perks. Right now, scalping with these big wicks can be a little bit difficult.
Difficult is undoable.
Yeah, well, just because you're trying to, you know, manage risk by having smart stop loss placement, and these things are going to keep coming and fucking wicking you out. So, you know, that makes trading these kinds of super choppy conditions on really short time frames, like, difficult to do, right? Whereas you can also just find a garbage company and short them and just fucking wait and let them bleed out as everything else does. Might be entering a short here in just a sec. Because if we could break this prior support, that'd be a really big deal. Oh, did you take puts on Oklo Garrick? Did you take those Oklo puts? Yes, bro. Again. Good shit. I love to see people taking the super fucking obvious calls. It's literally Aerotine from Wolf of Wall Street, bro. The little fucking shed that makes planes. It's literally Aerotine. Like, that's who Oklo is. Ugh, that company's a fucking joke. And if you're bullish on Oklo, I would ask why. Like, are you retarded or something? What about that company says bullish? Trading 212, I heard, is pretty good for England. I mean, I assume that you're English because you're using Trading 212. But yeah, no, I've heard it's pretty good. Yeah, Molly, I see. For me, like, you know, that's not something that I like to do. I definitely prefer. I am going to enter a small short here on NASDAQ. And I'm in. Okay. We got our fill at 247. Let's see how we can let's see how this works out. If we get a real drop this time. Seem to be getting it. Set and stop at 240. Make sure I'm locking in some gains. I won't be super happy with it, but never mind, I'm just exiting.
Get wrecked.
No, it was a very small gain. I went to go set my stop and it had already traced back up because it's just moving so fucking quick. I still think there's more room to the downside. I just wanted to make sure I'm locking in profits because fuck this. You know, this market is choppy. It is choppy. German. Okay, wie geht es dir? We have some Germans in here.
We have quite a bunch of Germans in here, actually.
Germans in here. But where in Germany? That's the question. Yeah, Germans unite. Oh, God. Don't say that. You remember what happened last time Germans united?
Yo.
Sorry. What's up, Meth Elvis? I lived in Baden-Württemberg when I was a kid. It's been a long time. Gold potentially about to just fucking break down. Look at this. We caught a little bit of a supportive bounce on it, but if we break down below these levels again, I think that it has a chance of just fucking dying. You know, usually the AI generated music on this like little streaming platform is fucking awful, but this one's kind of a banger, bro. Not even gonna lie. I'm gonna enter small short US 30 here.
I still have it muted.
And I'm in. Yep, there we go. I got filled at 832. That was a good fill. Well, it felt like a good fill then anyways, right? No stop set yet. I just want to let it breathe, man. I want to let it work. We'll see what happens. Oh, fuck off, US30. You die now. Dow to 0. Seeing these big wicks to the upside. Like, there's a big order block right here at 840-ish. I feel like there's going to be some more bearish pressure coming in. We're just going to hang out and wait. Yep, there we go. Look at that. Taking profits here on US30 short. Taking profits, taking profits. All right, I'm out. Fuck it, I'm out. Yeah, I do enjoy a good fill. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Damn.
And Molly, that really depends on you. What I can tell you is that, you know, the vast majority of our warriors have become extremely profitable. Like, just ask them how they're doing, because I don't want you to sit here and listen to me. I want them to tell you, like, how all of this works out. Like, that's going to be much better than hearing from me.
Fart balls in what?
There's
Your fucking name.
There's a few. I know, dude. Fart balls is like the best name in the world. It depends what you want to learn, fart balls. Like, there's a lot of different books with different some horse guy. Oh, sorry, that's me. That's me with the one specific body part looking like a horse. Yeah, that's me. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. It's not. If my girlfriend was out here, she would have just looked at me like, "You lying motherfucker." Finally starting to watch everything crash like we've been waiting on. God damn, dude, that took forever. That took way longer than it should have. Oh, there you go. NQ Sung Mo. There you go. But yeah, like, if you really want to understand what the Warrior program's about, then you can ask the Warriors. And you can ask even our swing traders, people that aren't trading futures with us, and see what they think about the equity and option callouts. Because I promise you, okay, I promise you that Garrick is very, very happy with his Oklo puts today. I don't even need to see his profits. I know he's happy with it because, well, I see what's happening to Oklo. It's getting fucking brutalized. Oh damn, Icarus, really?
Yeah, I got cooked. Big time.
Yeah. We have days like that. There's been days where you're green and I'm sitting in a bit in the red. There was one day that I was actually like kind of fucking heavy red like 2 weeks ago. I was like, God damn, dude, this is my worst day in months. But, you know, I'm somewhat green today. It hasn't been like a majorly profitable day, but it's been a decent green day. So, you know, I can't complain, all things considered. I know a lot of people are getting chopped the fuck out right now. Like, this price action is really difficult to trade. So,
Indeed, I have.
yeah, he has been calling this gold short. Absolutely. Let's go, JP. Irish Spring Green. That's fucking hilarious. That's such a cursed ad. And yeah, Garrick, you know, that takes some time, right? Like getting the emotions in check is really a big deal, right? And being disciplined. So trying not to overstay your welcome, trying not to get greedy, trying not to overtrade, like all of these things are things that take eternal work. You know, like you're never going to be perfect at it, but what that means is that you could always be better. Yeah, agreed, Garrick. Agreed. Like that's something that we all had to deal with and conquer in our own way. Gold looking pretty cooked right now. Nasdaq looking pretty cooked right now too. Nasdaq just rejected off of a really big liquidity level.
I think I just gotta go back to trading school. I'm not profitable enough.
Go back to trading school. What is that like?
I'm gonna go watch some TJR.
Well, if your goal is to become profitable, that is probably not the way to do it. Unless, of course, you were like, I'm gonna emulate him, and I'm just gonna be well advertised and fucking take everyone's money. Yeah, get base hits instead of home runs, 100%. And you know what? If you're focused on those base hits, right? If you're focused on getting those small, consistent wins, those big runners will just happen. Like, you know, when we hit like a 1 to 10 or sorry, a 10 to 1 risk to reward, like we aren't looking to do that. It just kind of happens, right? Like you take these small, consistent trades, looking for small, consistent, predictable, and repeatable gains, and every once in a while, you'll just hit a really big one, just by nature of being there and doing it. You know, and managing those big runners is a whole other ball game, but you know, like that's the path. That's the path forward. I fucking promise you. The second people start to try to rush, that's where they get fucked over. What's going on with NQ? It's just returning back into this channel. It's returning back into the area of consolidation it was in, and it's sitting right on the point of control. So basically nothing's happened, right? We had a big deviation. We're returning to the mean, right? So a little bit of mean reversion here, and we'll see if anything becomes of it. I don't think that it's going to like fucking really pop off from here. I think that we'll probably consolidate here for a little bit, but we'll see what happens, right? Where have I learned order flow? Mostly by just practicing, Molly Zans. You know, a lot of it I kind of learned indirectly through reading a few different books and again, just like practicing, right? Because what you have to realize is like I've been doing this hands-on for 13 years. Okay, like it is an incredibly long fucking time. So for me, like a lot of it really feels like second nature. I would say that if you want to understand order flow, number one, make sure that you're coming to the streams. Okay, number one, make sure you're coming to the streams. Number two, go look up, if you're not familiar with how an order book looks and how it functions and the data that it's giving you, I would look into that. We do have a few videos working on kind of creating some more for our Warrior subscribers that kind of go over some of this with order flow. But I would recommend just, again, start with the order book, learn how the order book works, and really just realize that one of the biggest things that you would end up playing with the order book, right, is that you're playing a break of structure with a big order imbalance. So if you see the structure break to the upside and there are a ton of bidders and they're pushing everything up, and the order book is more heavily weighted on the bid side than the ask side, then what that's telling you is that there isn't that much selling pressure compared to the buying pressure. And then you can look at the delta, right? Like on this indicator, which is part of the warrior tier, by the way, for anyone who's not familiar with this custom indicator that we use. It's basically like a big cheat code for the market, because it's based on like all of the lessons that we teach here, right? With like our variation on order flow, which we call the Remora strategy. And you know, this will tell you like who is in control of the markets. Like right now, right, we can see that the bears are in control. Out of 311 volume, 285 of it was conducted at the bid. So right, like that's super bearish. And what do we see as a result? Boom. Right, like you see the precision that we come up, we test this liquidity level, next candle, come right down, test the one right below it, right? So order flow is something that you can pick up realistically just by kind of hanging out with us. It's really not difficult. It's about 1 million times easier than ICT. So yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, if you go look at other places, dude, there's people that are literally trying to charge fucking $5 grand, $6 grand to send you PDFs. Like, all things considered, you know, like this is incredibly fucking cheap, especially for everything that you get here. Potential breakdown on NASDAQ. I want to see a little bit more. Because if you look at this heat map, this thing is super green. We've seen a lot of buying pressure here. We had some big clusters of buying pressure here. It looks like there is an order block here.
On NASDAQ?
Big resting passive order. Yeah.
I don't know what you're seeing, but the sellers are like about 75% in control.
Right now, but I'm saying look at the heat map. We've seen a lot of buying pressure here recently.
Yeah.
I mean, the sellers are absolutely in control right now, but I'm a little bit cautious approaching this area right here again. You know what I mean? Like this was what, 7-8 minutes of just consolidation. That's why the point of control is where it is. I want to see how we react to this. That's going to be the real important thing for me, is I want to see how we react to that point of control. Haven't gotten a strong reaction yet. That's one. I'm going to enter small short here. All right, I'm in. Again, guys, these are very small trades, so please be very cautious. Don't over lever yourself. Don't take positions that are too large. We're short from 254, so this is working out pretty well.
ICAST specialty, NASDAQ to 0.
I think I'm gonna take profits right here. I'm seeing some buyers step in. I don't like that. I'm getting out. All right, we're out. Just real quick trade. In and out. 30 seconds in and out. Quick adventure. I scalp, swing, and long-term invest, Molly. So when we're on stream here and we're trading futures, I'm a scalper. When we are when I'm trading equities and options, I'm a swing trader. And the majority of money that I'm tied up in is like long-term investments, right? Like I've been holding Coca-Cola for 13 years. I've been holding a bunch of different companies for a long fucking time. And I have some that are literally where I'm looking at like a 20, 30 year time horizon for, right? So like a year for me on the investing front is really short term. So it really kind of depends, right? Like I do it all. Well, I don't quite do that, because realize that if I did that, like, you know, for everyone, I already don't really have very much free time, and I would have zero free time if I was doing that. Right, so that's kind of why this whole room exists the way it does, is because we want to, you know, we want to make sure that we're teaching people how to do things the right way. But simultaneously, right, we do have some cost, and we do want to make sure that we are, you know, that we're spending our time being productive and turning this into something that can actually grow.
Actually, Fartballs, that was already being planned.
Yeah. So we have talked about that. We have talked about that, Fartballs. So, you know, if there is demand for that, then that's something we can absolutely do. But I would just need to see people wanting to do that. You know what I mean? And if I had a bunch of people that said, "Hey, you know, we want to do like these individual sessions," like, yeah, you know, we can explore it at that point. Oh, these markets are fucking flippy today, man. Watching my beloved bios bleed out a little bit more. Only reason Riley shows as green is because it gapped way the fuck down on open today. Otherwise, it wouldn't be showing as green. And that's after trading up to 757 in pre-market. Like, this thing's so fucking illiquid sometimes. It's just, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Well, I think that most of the movement, at least for right now, is done today. So I think that this is probably a good place for us to call it. I would say mark down these levels at 600 and 617 on gold. These are going to be your areas that are like potential major inflection points, where if it breaks with any kind of confirmation, you might see a strong move in either direction. So again, that's gold at 4,600 and 4,617. With NASDAQ, you know, I ultimately NASDAQ, US 30, and ES, I'm bearish on all of them until something changes. But as of right now, that's definitely the tendency that I am leaning. I'm not sure, Fartballs. I'm not sure. That's something that we would have to discuss, right? So, you know, if people are interested in it, then that's a discussion that probably, you know, I would have with Icarus, because he is you know, kind of the other big face of this room, and see if we can figure out what would be fair to you guys. So, yeah. Okay, guys. Well, let's call it here, and I will catch all of you guys very soon. Warriors, I will see you tomorrow morning. I am going to be watching things through this afternoon. Kind of looking into a new company right now, and trying to see if it might be a good candidate for like a longer term investment. We'll see. But yeah. So just stay tuned, everybody, and you know, be sure to engage. Right, slap emojis on the announcements. Oh, Baga. Sweet summer child, you're just gonna get banned for that. Give me a second, I got you on that. I'll DM you for that fucking Discord, bud. How do you like that, you little shit?
Oh, get wrecked.
Get fucking wrecked. Alright, guys. Well, I will catch you in just a bit. And we have a wonderful day. And if you need anything, just, post something. Alright, guys.
Alright, guys.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Take care. Thank you.